Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm your host, Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on OMTimes Radio. And tonight, I want to help you find a great partner and turn romance into a real relationship. Now, every show, I'm trying to pick up different topics, come up with something that you would love to find out much more about. And I said, we all like someone who is good for us. We don't want to be rejected. We want that significant other, to be the right person for us, to find a soulmate. How can we achieve all of that? How do we take a relationship to the next level of power and make it exclusive? How can we establish an authentic relationship? Because it's not that easy. It's kind of difficult, and we need to know the right action. That's why if you look at the world today, 50%, probably even more, of relationship end up in a divorce, in a separation. So my intention tonight is to help you discover elements of compatibility that lead to long-term love. So that's why I want you to call in. If you have any questions about your love life, I'm here. It's a calling show. And I want to help you and guide you towards the best person for you. So, sometime alone, you get trapped, you get stuck, you don't know how to move forward. You get stuck in previous situation and relationship that were damaging and hurtful. But at any rate, I invite you to call in. The call-in number is 202-570-7057. And I have my wonderful producer, Christopher, who will help you connect with me. Do you like someone who doesn't know how to talk to you because he's afraid of being rejected? Or are you afraid of being rejected? Is your significant other giving you off mixed signal that are very confusing? Do you want to take your relationship, as I said, to a different level because you don't feel it's moving in the right direction? And sometimes you try to date multiple people because you try to find the right person, but dating multiple people is not easy. So having a relationship with one person is the ideal, but is difficult. So commitment is what we are designed for. Finding someone with whom you can have a healthy, stable relationship is absolutely incredible. It's fulfilling. Establishing an authentic relationship isn't easy, but with the right kind of action, you can develop an unbreakable bond. You can create that oneness, that totality that a relationship is all about. So what I'm trying to do is help you discover which elements of compatibility lead to, as I said from the beginning, long-term relationship, as well as find out the red flags that should make you pay attention. So I want you to stay tuned to the show. If you have any kind of a love life crisis, or if you're single, or if you try to rekindle your relationship, or if you went through a divorce, to a separation, because many women don't date because they don't want to be hurt. And a lot of us don't want to go through disappointment over and over again. So we all want to meet that ideal, the soulmate. But under a lot of pressure and under bad experiencing, many of us enter into what is called compromise situation. And then down the line, we start to feel dissatisfied. So we try very hard. We put our heart and soul into creating something good. And when the more we progress, the more we put effort, the harder it is to break off a relationship, because we've already developed some kind of a strong feeling for that person, even that person is not good for us. So it's much better to know the truth during the dating phase. So if you are currently dating and want some answer, this is the show for you. This is the show to talk to me about where you stand into your relationship right now. So the most important thing, in my opinion, is to know about, when it comes to somebody, is to know about the red flags. So if you pay attention to the signs, you won't get hurt. So I wanted you to kind of go with me through a few of the top red flags you should never ignore. So if the person you're dating gives off these signals, these signs, it's better to walk away now rather than doing it later. So the sooner the better in cases like this. And one of the major red flags is when it's complicated from the beginning. From the beginning, when you meet this person, I know the perfect partner doesn't exist. We all carry a bit of baggage. But when your partner is bringing an entire suitcase from his past into your present life, the relationship starts on a complicated territory. So it will actually get worse in time. So that's why when I said, if you start this way, it becomes very hard to get where you want. That's one of the red flags, when it's complicated from the beginning. Another red flag is your partner doesn't want to compromise. A couple that can compromise cannot survive. A person's inability to compromise quickly becomes evident. So if you're with somebody who is only his way and he doesn't want to adjust, doesn't want to compromise, your partner is somebody who's not going to be willing, to make changes. And if he's not, the relationship will require sacrifice on your part. So if somebody doesn't want to compromise, in time, this relationship is not going to work. A relationship is not going to work if your partner has constant mood swings. If somebody is always too emotional, unstable, if your partner leaves you exhausted at the end of the day. My God, I've been with this person, and after one day I'm like completely drained. If he exposes you to all kinds of emotions like bitterness, resentment, anger, frustration, this takes a toll on you, and your life becomes like a roller coaster, and you won't be able to handle that. So that's another red flag. So pay attention to the emotional stability of the person you get involved with. Then if the partner you choose to try to date is not generous, generosity takes many forms. It's not necessarily monetary. But if the person is not affectionate, doesn't have good intention, if that person you want to share your world with is not actually preparing to share the world with you, he's not preparing to share a future with you. So generosity is giving you everything in all the sense of the world. So if that person is not that kind and generous emotionally, mentally, in everything he does, and you see being greedy, and you see that person being egotistic and selfish, and so I tell you again, that is a big red flag. If the person is unfaithful, that's another big red flag. If you discover that your partner is not loyal to you, sooner or later, chances are that he will cheat on you all the time. So cheating is a sign of toxicity in a relationship. And when the integrity of the relationship is gone, and when cheating is there, you have to ask yourself your worth. And if your partner doesn't know your worth, you should. And you should also move on and don't bother with that person, because that person will probably never change. So being unfaithful is another red flag. If he treats you poorly is another red flag. How many times, people who have problems with themselves release those problems upon others, and this problem can be resolved until they look within themselves and eliminate the root of their problem. So the partner might treat you nice at the beginning, but then the issues come to the surface and they will creep into your relationship down the line. It's another sign of red flag. When he doesn't take care of himself, if you're involved with somebody who is self-destructive, who has this compulsive disorder personality, if you see addiction as a sign of toxicity, that's another red flag. If he's careless with his job, if he's careless with his health, with his wealth, with finance, with appearance, with belongings, with everything, that is another red flag. That's another sign of toxicity. That relationship will never work. If he can't commit, that's another sign of a problem. So lasting relationship, so significant because they based on that bond that we all crave, and have a lot to do with the ability to commit. So you always have to consider your partner dating history. Has he been able to uphold at least one serious relationship? Or if he says, well, I've been in 5 relationships for shortly 1, 2, 3 months, and then nothing worked for me, that's a red flag. So if he comes and goes, if your partner is appearing, disappearing, even worse, he shows a pattern of disappearing out of the blue, ghosting you. You'll find him telling you some things when in fact the next day doesn't even correspond to the next reality. So you are having to pay attention to these red flags before engaging in a new relationship, and put your own well-being first. So the reason, and another thing is, I want you to know that your intuitive mind is always telling you this thing, that inner voice will be the first one to reveal when something is wrong. So pay close attention to your gut feeling. It's no accident if you found something that proves this person isn't who he said he is. So remember, people lie. But there was one thing I want you to remember from me. Your intuition will never lie. Will always tell you the truth. It's the first ability of the brain that tells you to be careful, to pay attention, showing you what is significant for you. And again, paying attention to red flags in the relationship is extremely, extremely significant if you want to avoid a divorce in the future, if you want to avoid being hurt, being disappointed, being heartbroken, and so on and so forth. So that's why I choose this topic, and I want you to call me because we need to talk. We need to talk if you have situations like this in your life right now, and let's see where you stand in your relationship right now. Probably you're in a happy relationship. Let's share that with the world, or if not, how much are you aware of your situation and how much hope you have to turn the world, your life around, and turn the relationship around and make it work. So I'm going to give you tips for that too. But I'm going to go to my first caller, Shannon from California. Hi, my dear. Thank you so much for calling me.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you very, very okay. How are you, my love?
I'm stressed out, Carmen. I don't have a love question.
Why?
Because I work for this company, and there's a girl that works here, and she's nothing but trouble. She's African American, and she uses the race card for everything. And a lot of people are leaving, and she threatened to leave a few weeks ago because I was on vacation. And she told them she was going to leave, and they said, oh, no, we want you to stay. They didn't give out really good raises, and she's really pissed off because they don't want to hire anybody else. A lot of people are leaving. And I just found out today that they're talking about giving her a manager position. And I have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. And the only thing she has over me is the color of her skin. And I don't know what to do, Carmen. I'm so upset.
Right. That's a difficult one because she's manipulating,
Exactly.
displaying this card in her favor, and the reason she does it, it's so very obvious, to get that position. So she's not going to let that position to anybody else. So she wants to be above everybody, and then she's gonna, the way unfortunately, her character and her negativity is going to come to the surface. She's going to create over there an environment that is going to be very dark, and it's going to instigate, and it's going to cause a lot of trouble, putting people against people, and she's not going to stay long in that position if she gets it. I feel like people who are above her, they can sense something is not right here. But there's somebody who is on her side. I don't know who that might be.
One lady.
But yeah, there's one person who has an authority and seems to support her playing this card. Now lately I've seen a lot of people playing this card. Whenever they want to get something, this is one of those cards that are played. And it's really sad. But playing cards and manipulation never works. In long terms, this never works. Meanwhile, people like you will suffer.
I am suffering.
Do I suggest?
She's been here longer than me, but I'm suffering. I have the education and the skill, and I'm in a role. We've lost 5 people in our department. Because
of course. And in my opinion, my intuitive mind, she's going to be there around the 3-4 months, no longer than that. Because she will have, at the end, she will have an explosion. She actually digs her own grave without realizing. It always happens this way. People who think they can play this card forever and manipulate and instigate, they're up for a big surprise. So what I think in her case, that in a relatively short period of time, she's going to be kicked out of there. Not only she's not going to survive in that position, if she gets it, which is not absolutely clear, but she will be out of there, and she will initially be replaced by a man coming out of the area from somewhere else. But then and that's going to regain the stability. So new people are going to come there. So the whole energy is going to be shifted. When she leaves, some other people leave and new people come in. Now you have an option. You have an option to leave right now, or you have an option to stay and witness all of this. If I were you, I will not leave. As much as she makes your life hell, I will not leave. I will have the strength to prove her wrong. I will have this energy and this level of concentration in which I will say, I'm not going to let anybody put me down. I'm going to prove everybody wrong, and I'm going to stay put just because I am so I feel so powerful. I'm going to access my own inner power and make this right. Yeah.
Do you see me moving up to a different position, or do you see me leaving?
Yes, to a better position in time, but it might take to the fall. To the fall. So it might take a number of months. It's almost like there's something else has to happen till you get where you meant to get, You'll be offering a way higher position. Sorry?
My raise, my increase, I'm doing the work of 3 people, and the raise was so bad this year, and people are leaving like crazy, and they can't keep people because it's like, I don't know what they're doing here.
There's a phenomena happening that I'm noticing by talking to thousands of people and doing radio shows and paying attention to what's happening in the world. People don't want to work as much anymore. People there's confusion. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of desire to run away from responsibilities. I don't know if you notice this around you. That's why people are leaving. Left and right in every areas, in every So this is my kind of my painful statement that we kind of quit in front of this tragedy that's happening in the world. People are becoming demoralized, depressed, and they see no sense in fighting. You know, like you don't want to fight a war. You don't want to fight for success anymore. You don't care. There's a sense of I don't care, you know.
It's depressing, that's why.
Yeah, it is. Depression is always manifested by I hide. I don't want to go to work. I stay home, you know. Why should I bother? What? This is the most profound aspect of depression. And we live in a very depressed world, worse than ever. Mm-hmm.
Well, I really liked it here. That's why I stayed here. And the thing is that I have the skills to do something better, and I'm doing something so beneath me, and I can't.
And you will you will progress. Listen, I'm doing this on the radio. I'm telling you this. I'm responsible for my words. I do know you will succeed. I do know this is temporary. I don't know. I know for sure you'll be more than rewarded. I know for sure you'll have the satisfaction to see your triumph and victory over the negativity that you've been exposed to. I want to celebrate with you this moment. The moment will come. Don't give up on your belief that moment will come. You understand what I mean? You're not giving up on this. So in your mind, if you stay centered,
I wanted to walk out.
No, I understand, but take a deep breath and smile and say, listen, I know this is temporary. I know this is not going to work. I know it. It cannot work. Logically, in whichever way you take it, this is not going to happen. People can play dirty cards in life. People can manipulate. Those things never work. Long terms, they might work temporary for now, but then they backfire. In other words, she becomes a victim of her own wrong intention. So that's what I wanted to acknowledge. So she will be
so I definitely will
her own.
I definitely will progress.
Well, I want you to keep on touch with me. I want you to call me back in a week, in 3 weeks, whenever you're in a mood to talk. Let's talk about this. I'm here to empower you because, honest to God, I know what you're talking about, and I see you winning, and I'm happy for that, and I want to really, really celebrate this with you, my love.
Well, my friend told me to call you today, and I'm glad I did.
Good. I'm so glad that you did. I love you.
Oh, thank you for the positive words, because I'm so...
No, I'm not just telling you to be positive. So I'm telling you because this is the truth. This is your reality. This is your truth, and you don't accept any other truth. And we will see how this is going to turn into your reality. Might take a little bit of time, but this is going to, this is going to make you way stronger than you imagine,
Okay. All right, so don't leave. Stay here for as long as I can. Okay.
Yes, with a smile on your face and with the conviction that you are the right person and you will get the right job and you triumph. You have victory there. And it's an amazing feeling, when you do better than ever,
I try. I put so much of myself into this job, so much,
I know, but you need to be rewarded. You're not gonna leave now. You need to be rewarded first,
Okay.
Okay, my love.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you so
much
for calling. I love you, my sweetheart. Thank you for calling me. Okay, my dear. So I want you guys to I'm taking a short break to hold on the line, and I'll be with you, and I'm gonna talk to Shirley in a minute. Shirley, don't go anywhere, and then I'm gonna go to Susan. So guys, hold on the line. Thank you.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me the voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
COVID-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
And I'm back on OMTime Radio. I'm Carmen Harra. So excited to be with you tonight, like every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on OMTime. So I'm going to go to Shirley because this is a calling show. So you guys feel free to call me with your question. Doesn't matter the nature of your question. But I would love to talk to Shirley from Florida. Hi, my lovely Shirley. How are you, my dear? Thank you for calling me.
Hi, Carmen. Thank you for taking me call as usual.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you more.
Oh, thank you.
How can I help, my
Carmen.
dear?
I went through
Tell
a
me.
recent breakup, and I'm a little shaken, because it wasn't a very long time. We were dating for 8 months, but we had our final conversation yesterday, and I was hoping some reconciliation would happen, but we didn't get anywhere. And I don't know if you can feel if this is not the right relationship, if I should move on and just find my next match. And I don't know if you have any word of advice for me.
Okay, so you've been dating him for like 8 months?
Yes.
And so at the beginning of the show, I showed some of the red flags, and I did a list of red flags. Did you notice any of these red flags at the very beginning? Because they usually come all the way from the beginning. Did you notice anything?
Yeah, I think one of them was an inability to compromise. I think it happens from both ends. Maybe we're both stubborn, or I don't know, but
what about the desire to commit to you? Was it there?
Not at the beginning. I had to push for it, and then he fully committed after a month or so.
Okay. Was he like generous, faithful?
Yes.
Was he emotionally balanced, like the balance, emotionally stable? Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah,
How was he with you? How did he treat you? How did he treat other people? What was his relationship with the people around you, his family, his parents, or no matter, the co-worker? Did you notice something? Any form of addiction?
No, he was
No.
healthy person, yeah.
Okay. So what then I'm going to ask you, what you thought was the reason of this breakup? What made you and him decide to walk away from each other?
From my end, it was lack of communication. Like, he's a very introverted person, and I wasn't getting the depth in the communication that I needed. And I was really trying. He did improve a little bit. I saw he put the effort, but it was still not enough. Like, we would never get into those hour-long conversations. It was very over the surface, and that kind of bothered me a little bit. But that's just the way he is. Like, I don't think he has the capacity of actually digging deeper and having, like, that type of strong bond and connection. So that was one thing. And then I don't know if timing is not in our favor, because he's going to school at night and working a lot, and we didn't have a lot of time together, and that's where we couldn't compromise to see each other more and be more intimate with each other. there were always excuses from his
Now,
end.
in all these 8 months, did you see relationship going up, progressing, improving, or staying pretty much the same?
I think we had ups and downs. At some point, I mean, we did meet the families, we met all our friends. We did have that type of progression.
You did have it, okay.
Yes.
Did he ever talk about marriage, or let's move together, or let's buy something together? Like taking the relationship to the next step of a real involvement in a serious going to getting married or something like that.
We did have the talk about moving in together, but I felt like I was always the one initiating this conversation.
Right.
Like, let's be exclusive at the beginning. He's like, okay. Then I brought up the fact that, it makes sense to move in together. He said, okay. But there was never action from his end. It was more me pushing towards getting to the next level.
I wrote a book on archetypes, and my last book is called Committed, Find the Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetypes. And I define there are major archetypes, like the personality traits. And there's always a match between a specific archetype with another archetype. Do you think your archetype match his or not really? Because I think that this is where we're having a little bit of a problem in the way he expresses himself. And this is where we getting the communication barrier. This is where we are like not in sync in the same time with the same intention, and this is where things get complicated, And then this I found being one of, like you said, he's an introvert, and what kind of an archetype are you? So if you never had a chance, not that I want to sell my book to you, but if you never had a chance to study your own archetype, try to figure it out, which are you. So is this a match for you from that perspective? Because anytime people go online and try to date, all those questions are to define their personality traits, because this is the number one way to establish the compatibility between two people. And I feel like, this man showed like being the right guy for you, but somewhere at the level of the personality traits, at the level of the archetype, there was not a perfect match. And that's why, can you do me another favor? Tell me when you're born and when he's born. Can you give me that or no?
Yes, he was born the month and year.
Everything. So I can see what is his divine code if it matches yours.
Okay. His birthday is September 6th, 85.
85. Okay, hold on. Okay, and you?
December 15, 84.
December 15, 1984. Hold on 1 second. No, relationships seem compatible. It's not karmic. I wanted to see whether this is somebody you knew before or met before, but relationship very compatible. So that makes me believe that this might not be over, So I'm not convinced, based on the playing with the level of the energy level and the compatibility based on divine code. I do see a chance of reconciliation, because you are actually very good for each other. So if we work on the archetype and adjust to each other, we can still make this happen. I don't think this is really over.
Okay.
So it might come back from him. Are you willing to give this man another chance?
I mean, I've been trying, right? But that's why I think that's it. But that's the part that also bothers me, because if I don't pick up the phone or if I don't send him a message, he will not do anything about it. I get that he's hurt and maybe he needs time to heal.
He is upset and he's seeing things a little bit different than you. But you know what? I think that this guy wants a family. As much as he wants to, you're on the same page when it comes to this. So the way I define this, he's born on the day of a 6, you're born on the day of 15, which is a 6. So 6 is the family, the love, the good intention, the nurturing. So you're both on the same path. He's a number 2 and a 4. That's very compatible. He could have bring a lot of stability in your life, and you for him. You're very healing, very loving. No, this was actually meant to work. So I can feel your disappointment in a way. You know what didn't play a good role? The year you were in. You're in a year that was not helping you. Things turn around during the fall for you. So you're moving in a different direction as August, September of this year. So I will not be surprised if you'll call me back during the fall and say, guess what, Carmen, he just came back into my life just like that. I will not be surprised. As much as I will not be surprised if you will still meet somebody else somewhere during end of this year all the way to June of 23. So either you to get reconciled with this one, or in a matter of another 7 to 10 months, you do meet another man, you know. And it's interesting that I feel there is, so in other words, in a frame of a number of months from now, you will be in a good relationship. Either you reconcile or there's another door opening for you, you know? One way or the other. One way or the other, you will have the great satisfaction of being with a wonderful person into your life. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is where things got stuck because of the year you're in. And for him, he enters a critical year as of the end of this year. So he goes into a time that is more complicated for him. Things get more complicated. But I really believe that the next number of months is either you reconcile or someone else will come into your life. And please let me know about this. Okay. I feel somebody who has a name like with a G or a J, George, John, Jason, somebody like that. So this is the kind of an initial that comes in my mind very strong. Okay. And somebody who's relatively tall, a little bit younger. You attract men that may be 1 or 2 years younger, then you attract younger men. I don't know why. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
You attract them because your energy is younger. Your energy is way younger than your chronology. So a very handsome guy, actually, the guy I'm seeing. Big forehead, very put together, very fit, very athletic and smart. This one is smart too. He can be very successful. I don't know if you see this. Do you see this? And you're very successful too. You are very successful woman, you know. I mean, I feel like in your case, success is written on your forehead, you know.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Try to make some kind of an investment till the end of the year because you're going to win a lot of money in doing so. And it's a way of generating a lot of income. It's a fabulous year till the end of the, I mean, for investment is a very good year.
Okay.
And do you think there was an interference in his life from one member of his family? Do you think somebody influenced him also?
Not sure from his family, but definitely he is going through a career change, and I know that's bringing him a lot of stress. So
I felt the interference. You know, when you our best friends or somebody's telling you, oh, give up, don't do this, you know. I feel an influence. I can't explain you why, but I do have a sense of an influence.
Okay.
Of somebody, you know, sometimes our best friends, without having the worst intention, can play a negative role, you know? Right?
Yeah.
But anyhow, let's see if he comes around. Give him a chance. I will give him a chance.
Yeah, I will give him another chance. That's why I had that conversation with him yesterday. I wanted to kind of reconcile, and he's like, no, I don't want to be with someone who's not patient.
Don't be that sure. Don't be that sure. Don't be that sure. Never be that sure. No. So if he comes around, just call me and let me know. And let's talk again about this. Because expect the unexpected. In other words, that's my opinion. Expect the unexpected.
Okay. And one last
We'll
question,
talk about this.
Yeah, one last question. Right now I'm in Orlando, but I've been thinking about moving to Miami for the longest time. And
absolutely, move to Miami. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll make the move. It's going to be a very good move. Very good move.
Okay.
Excellent move. Good. Yeah. Okay, my love.
All right.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for calling. I love you, my sweetie. Thank you. You too, my dear. And I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to go to Susan.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes Magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you,
and you could be me,
for just 1 hour,
if you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind,
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
And I'm back on OMTime Radio. And I'm talking tonight about how to turn romance into a real relationship, which are the red flags. How can we work on compatibility, and how can we find that right person for ourselves? And I'm going to go right now to Susan. Hi, my lovely Susan. Thank you so much for calling me.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi. I have a question. I've been offered an opportunity to go to this school for 3 weeks in Oregon. But I'm not sure if it's the right time I should go, or it was a last-minute opening, and I'm not sure if I should.
Okay, do me a favor. Give me the month and the day of your birth. Only the month and the day.
10/29.
10/29. Okay, just a minute. Now, if you want to make a decision, it should be done right now. You're in a karmic year. You're entering in October, the year 9, which is not helping us to make any move. Right now, from now on till October, so we have what? May, June, July, August, September. We have like 4 or 5 months helping you to make a decision. So if you say, well, I would love to find out much more about the school, this is the year of opportunities. This is year of recognition. This is the year in which you can wake up with more money, better pay, So if you ever had a chance, this is the year. If not, only we're talking about the end of 2023, end of 2024, that is beneficial for you. So you have 1 year in which I don't recommend the change, because if you do it, it might not work and it might not last and it might not be what you think it is. You understand? So based on calculations and based on the concept of time, you are right now in what is called a karmic year that can be very helpful financially. So even if you say, well, I don't know about this job, there is something there that can be very promising and very powerful. Yeah.
So you don't recommend going to the class at this?
I do recommend the change. I do recommend to give it a try. I do recommend to look deeper into this. I also have a feeling that there might be other opportunities. So is this what kind of, so make me understand, what kind of an opportunity is this one?
It's going to a class for 3 weeks, but it would take a lot of extra money that I've been saving. So I'm not sure.
So you go to a class and it takes a lot of money? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it's going to take some money, and I would have to stay in a hospital or something for 3 weeks to go to this class.
Why?
It's going to cost $5,000 or more.
Yeah, but do you see the potential of giving you 3-4 times the money back?
No.
Okay. Is there another opportunity that can generate income? This is a time into your life when you can actually see a reward coming to you. But if you feel like this is not rewarding you, that this is not generating money, then don't do it. So I'm questioning you. What am I envisioning here for you? Not to just sound positive, just based on the time in your life that you are right now that seems like so promising.
Okay. And the other thing, I guess, would be like, I think you had suggested that maybe I would meet somebody, a significant other or something.
Yeah, this is also a very good period for you to meet somebody. This is perfect time to meet somebody you actually met before, if you believe in other lives, somebody that's going to feel like familiar, somebody that's going to feel like amazing, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that, do you see that happening or do you see it happening at?
One second, because I can't hear you. What did you say?
Do you see me meeting this person at the class that I was going to take? Or maybe?
It's possible, yeah, it's possible, very possible. It's somebody that you genuinely like. You know when you like somebody, when you see somebody and you have that feeling, that connection, that hard to explain emotion that is there. So that's the kind of authentic feeling that I have. It's going to be very powerful, it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to feel very rewarding.
Okay, well, yeah, I just, I've been spending a lot of time alone at home, so I haven't been going out much, although I did.
No, it's time to get out of the isolation. It's time to get out. It's time to break this wall in front of you. I almost feel like there is a side of you that got used to this type of life, got used to living this way, and that's why I want you to break this tendency to stay away from the world and not to connect. So I want you to reconnect, to plug yourself back into the world around. Because if you stay home, nobody's going to come through the roof. But if you get out, the moment you get out, the moment you engage, the moment you go to classes, the moment you reconnect, that person is there. And it's somebody who I feel is brown light hair and wears glasses from time to time. There's somebody who is not very tall, but is very charming, very much the person for you. I feel like it's almost, like I said, is connected from a different time. when you meet a person and have that deja vu feeling, like I know you already.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know that I want to do this class right now because it's such a short notice, and I would have to pack up everything and move for 3 weeks until the classes
if you don't want to necessarily do the class, try to find the different avenues of reconnected so that you allow yourself to be out there, because all you need is going out there, so then the moment you do that, that person will be there. You understand?
Yeah, and that's I'm a big reader. I like to read a lot. I'm kind of an introvert, but I like to read and read books and things. So
break through that. Even if you go, no matter where you go, even if you go with friends out, even if wherever you go out, that person who is supposed to come into your life will be there.
Okay.
So if you have a hard time saying, well, I don't know if I should take this class, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know, that's fine. Find a different way of getting out of your environment. I feel like you stuck. You are stuck in this, I want you to get out.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of where I stuck. I agree.
Yeah. So either way, the most important thing is for you to break the wall in front of you and have the vision of what's above the wall. You know what I mean? So go beyond the wall and see what's out there, because there's somebody waiting with flowers for you. There's somebody there. Actually, I feel like the man you're going to meet will constantly bring you flowers. I don't have this feeling. I can't define it, but I have a sense of him. I have a look attached to the vision, and I see him with flowers, which is such a nice gesture. Yeah.
Yeah. As my second husband, who passed away, he used to bring me flowers all the time.
Isn't that interesting? I get this message. I wonder whether he, from the other side, is sending you somebody with the same beautiful way of expressing love, because I don't think there's anything more beautiful than a man bringing flowers to women. And we don't see this, and flowers more, So that's a beautiful way of expressing love.
Right. Yeah, he was the same way. He had light brown too. So
yeah, I feel like this man is so romantic. I feel him taking you places, doing such unconventional. I see you. This is somebody you will really be with. I really see you happy in a relationship. That I see you traveling with this man, going places, feeling like, oh, I know him forever. This has been in my life all the time. How was my life without him? This is going to be really, really beautiful. You will love it.
Okay.
You will be so pleased.
Okay, well, I'm going to just let things happen then, Carmen.
Yeah, but with your participation, things don't fall from the sky unless you really do see. Reality reflects what the mind projects. What you think, you become. What you put out there, what you imagine, you translate into your reality. So try to think a little bit of everything that I'm telling you and act upon. So act on making this happen. So do your own part, my Susan, because I want you to call me back and tell me, Carmen, you know what? I think I met the man you were telling me, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Because I feel like that's probably one of the most important things for you. If I want to see something working for you, I want to see you with somebody you feel loved and protected and fulfilled in an authentic relationship. You need that, and you deserve that. And this is the time to make it happen, because you're in that karmic year. And you don't want to wait another number of years for that. You have to take the opportunity now.
Okay. Well, thanks,
Just have to see it and do your part. I love you, my Susan, and thank you so much for calling my show. I'm so very grateful.
Thanks, Carmen.
Love you, my dear.
Love you too.
Okay, my sweetheart. And for everybody listening, I'm Carmen Harra. on OMTime Radio. And remember, you always need to perform your inner work. So if you are dating for many years, and if you're emotionally not ready for a relationship, of course a relationship is not going to last. But before you begin a relationship, you have to do your inner work. You have to detach from your past, you have to forgive, you have to clear your karmic connection, you have to eradicate negative emotions. And in this way, you create the balance and the harmony within you so that you're capable of attracting somebody that reflects those qualities. So the first action is to introspect with honesty. So we'll discuss much more all of these topics. As you know me, I always love to bring you something that is relevant and significant for your own evolution. I'm Carmen Harra on OMTime Radio. I'll be back with you next week, same place, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday on OMTime Radio. God bless you and take care of yourself. And thank you so much for listening.